Hey everybody, I want to take a moment this week and share a couple things with you. It's in this module, in Module 6, we're talking about, among other things, climate change and global warming. And I'm certain you are at least somewhat familiar with it because you cannot turn on your computer or the radio or television or whatever the case may be, read a magazine, newspaper without hearing about it. And there seems to be a fair amount of confusion and debate as to exactly what is going on. And so I just wanted to share a couple thoughts with you and really encourage you uh, to follow some of the links that I'm providing, to watch some of the TED Talks that I have provided this week, and really get some dialogue going here and some discussion. And in fact, it'd be a great opportunity for a Google Hangout where we can actually kind of interact and bounce ideas and thoughts and perhaps concerns off each other as well. While I will try to dispel some myths about climate change. Although I will say this, there's a lot of um, a lot that we don't know yet. A lot that seems to be conflicting in terms of exactly to what degree human activities may be affecting the climate. Um, there seems to be little doubt that we are affecting the climate. In fact, we simply need, all humans need to be better stewards of the earth, and that goes without saying. How much an effect that will ultimately have on climate change, I think remains to be seen. But we need to take better care of the one planet we have. That is for sure. So, and let me mention as well, as I do in this blog post on my website here, that climate change is absolutely real. If you hear people questioning, discussing whether is climate change real, that's not a question. Climate change is absolutely real. What is a question is how much of an influence, how much of an impact is human activities having on that change. Climate's been changing for 4.5 billion years, ever since the Earth formed, and it will continue to do so long after um, humans may be gone from the surface of the Earth. Climate will continue to change, and it's been doing so naturally for the vast majority of Earth's history. The genus Homo, our genus, has only been around for about 2.5 million years. So, but we've done a lot of things in those 2.5 million years, and certainly made quite an impact in our brief time here on this planet. So, our big brains are not always an asset, I guess you can say. So, what we have here is here's my website, which I have yet to share with you guys, but it's called educationgeotours.com. Okay, and I posted this week an article, a blog post, not an article, about climate change. This is something you think about. And I'd like you to read that. And also, I provided a link here to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. You may have heard of the IPCC. They've been doing reviews periodically looking at human impact on climate, and their fifth review is coming out. It actually is starting to come out right now, and the whole thing will be out by next fall. And I'd like you to go to that site and start looking at some of this information, along with reading viewing the two TED Talks that I provide links for. One by James Hansen, a very well-known climate scientist who is very concerned about the future of Earth. That humans have really done quite a job on the climate. And then there's a political scientist named Bjorn Lomborg that goes on to talk about, we really shouldn't be worrying about climate change. There's lots of other issues much more serious that we need to focus on. So two different views, and yes, separated by 8 years of time, but I had the feeling that Lomborg would not be thinking differently today than he did in 2005. So I'm really curious to know your thoughts, your views on this. Which view is quote the correct view? Do we really know? Should we be taking action? What action should we be taking? Should we throw up our hands and simply get ready to adapt to change? All the above. I'll be really curious to know your thoughts on this, and please email me or post in a discussion this week if you think you'd like to have a live Google Hangout, and when you're available. I'd love to have a discussion where we can go real time and answer some questions and ask probably more questions than we can answer. That would be awesome. So do check out the TED Talks, check out the link here, and that would be awesome, guys. Again, a live Google Hangout, I'm all over it, so just let me know. I definitely don't want to set one up and just be lonely again, so if there's interest and there's a timing where it works for you, let me know. Thank you much.